Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursdays at 3. It is Thursday. What is today? September 5th. Gosh, Thursday, September 5th. I am Annika Spalding, the Community Relations Director at the Amarillo Little Theater. And this is Thursdays at 3, where I go live every Thursday to get you up to date on what's happening at ALT. And this season, we have our very first ever corporate sponsor for Thursdays at 3 and for ALT in 3. And our 97th season sponsor is Brick and Elm Magazine. Their latest issue just came out this past weekend, so go grab it as soon as you can. There is so much in here. This particular issue has a lot about like farm to table producers local to this area, so that is very, very cool. But there's so much more in here that I also want to talk to you about. But before I tell you about that, go follow Brick and Elm on their social media pages at Brick and Elm. And you can get up to date on everything that they are doing. We love Brick and Elm, and we have a partnership with them for our corporate sponsor for this, but also something else that we'll talk about a little bit later in case you don't know about that. But when I say there's much, much more in this issue of Brick and Elm Magazine, I do mean a full page arts profile about ALT. I'll show you a little picture of that I took. Thank you so much to Brick and Elm for featuring us, and ALT people, go snag a copy of Brick and Elm Magazine so that you can read this great profile that they did on ALT. We're so excited about that. We love you, Brick and Elm. Oh, Vanessa Hill. Yo, beautiful. I do not sound cool saying that, but hi, Vanessa. So glad that you're watching Thursdays at 3. I love that you watch every week. I'm so grateful for that. So yes, go get Brick and Elm Magazine, read all about ALT and all about local farm to table producers that we have in this area. This is such a cool area to live in, and Brick and Elm always features the coolest stories about things going on locally. So definitely pick that up as soon as you can. And while we're talking about ALT being featured, can we briefly discuss the fact that we're on the front page of the Amarillo Globe News today? Yes. No, like the full, that's us opening up. Waitress at ALT. I'm so excited. Waitress is opening up, and we want the whole city to know about it. Amarillo Globe News helped with that. So go grab a newspaper and read all about our sweet little show that we are producing with exclusive early rights. We are one of the very first community theaters in the nation to get to produce this show, and we're super proud of that. So go team. We're very proud of ourselves. Vanessa says, go get Brick and Elm Magazine and tickets to Waitress. Vanessa, you can have my job. Thank you so much. Like, it's all yours. Thank you so much for helping me out. I'm so grateful for you. Okay, it is preview night, which I was just talking with my special guest backstage earlier about, like, how is it preview night? We kind of feel like we just started rehearsals, and it's been a short rehearsal process. But it has really flown by. I cannot believe it is preview night. And our director is watching. Jason Crespin says, yay for Waitress opening up tonight. So immensely proud of everyone involved. Jason Crespin, I can speak for everyone, myself and my castmates backstage right now, and all of our castmates who are not with us currently. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of you and the way that you've led this cast and the way that you've directed this show. It has been a total joy, start to finish. It has been such a great process. I'm so excited for everyone to see this show. All of the elements that come together, you would not believe the props in this show, which Gracie Hurt's mother, Deanna Hurt, has helped tremendously with, and we can talk about that later too. The props, the costumes, the sets, Tana Robertson, Noah Lang, Micah Villarreal, Brandon Campumi. It is unbelievable, this set, and the way that the scene transitions happen in between the scenes. It's just a remarkable show. The music, Jen Akins, Beth Alexander, and her choreography. It's a real spectacle, and I'm so excited for people in our community to see it. But not just that, and I was talking about this with Jason earlier, this cast, it is just a cast of phenomenal people, like phenomenal human beings that are just so much fun to be around, so much fun to chat with backstage. We all have our little, moments backstage that you kind of have every single show with the same people. And it's just a lovely group of people. Which, you can pretty much say for every ALT show, because it's just a great group of volunteers that all come together and love this place so much and love performing and theater and all the things. But if you haven't already gotten your tickets for Waitress, why? Why? Please go get your tickets. Oh, Sarah, hi. Sarah Buchelman says, yay, 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 yay. She says, yes, we love Jason and all he does. Yes, Sarah, we absolutely do. Thank you for echoing that. We all feel the exact same way. So like I said, it's preview night. Get your tickets. They're buy one, get one tonight. If you don't have your tickets and you want to come see the show, be a little spontaneous, just like mix it up. You come home from work, you watch your same shows, you eat dinner, come see the show. Come see the show. The lobby smells really good. We've got great treats at intermission. We can talk about that later too. But the main event is really why you're here. And this show is absolutely fantastic. So get your tickets. I'll put some of the information to do that up here. You can call our box office until 5 o'clock at 806-355-9991, or you can grab your tickets online at amarillo-littletheater.org. Like I said, tonight is buy one, get one, and every single performance, students are buy one, get one. So get your tickets to see this show, please, please, please. Okay, we are also in desperate need of ushering and concessions help, specifically ushering. If you can help with that, we really need help. You guys were so amazing helping out with the Drowning Girls with ushering and concessions. You took care of that like instantly. Lissa needs your help. Lissa is our volunteer coordinator. If you're willing to help, you can email her at the email address that you see on your screen, or you can call our box office at 806-355-9991. I believe that we also have a sign up on our social media. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't really know where we're at on that, but the quickest way, just email Lissa or call the box office and get signed up for that, because we are very desperate for ushering and concessions help. So if you can do that, we would love you forever. Please, please help us. Okay. Also, ALT is continuing. Oh, first I have to show you this graphic that Raquel made because it's so, so cute. It's on our social media pages, but I just absolutely love that gingham. Oh my gosh, so cute. Get your tickets. Get them. Hurry. Okay. ALT is continuing our partnership with the Amarillo Downtown Library and the Canyon Area Library to bring you our Checkout ALT program. Through this program, you can check out tickets to see ALT shows, just like you would check out a book. How cool is that? You can head over to our social media pages to read all the rules about it, but please spread the word. We are trying to get as many people as possible in our community access to see ALT shows. We understand that tickets can be expensive. We want everybody, especially if you want to bring kids, you're not going to want to necessarily bring kids to the show. I'm bringing my kid because that's just the kind of person I am. But this is not a super kid-friendly show. We'll talk about that here in a little bit too. But, it can get expensive when you're talking about a certain amount of, $25, $30 per ticket. I know it's discounted for kids, but get your tickets through the library. The sooner the better, because they tend to sell out. But we block off specific shows with a specific amount of tickets for each of our shows with the Canyon Area Library and the Amarillo Downtown Library, so that people can check out tickets to see our shows just like you would a book, totally free. So spread the word about that. We're very excited about that partnership. And later on in the broadcast, I'm going to be interviewing two of my castmates, Gracie Hurt, who plays Dawn, and Harrison Stringer, who plays Ogie in the show. So stick around to hear more about this beautiful show from two of its biggest stars. I'm so excited to talk to them. You're not ready for either one of them. You're not ready for it. I have been watching them every single night at rehearsal, and I can't handle it. I'm so glad that so much of the time my back is to the audience so that they can't see me like doubled over. I'm just dying. They're so funny, and it's different every single night. How dare they do this to us? It's so good. I cannot wait for you guys to see this show. Okay, we'll talk more about Waitress. We're here to talk about Waitress all day long, but right now I want to talk to you about Arsenic and Old Lace. Grab your audition packet for Arsenic and Old Lace. It is live on our website. Now is your chance to be a part of this classic dark comedy about the only thing more deadly than poison: family. We can't wait to see you at the theater September 9th and 10th at the main stage. That is this coming Monday and Tuesday. Those auditions this coming Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the main stage. So get your audition packet by heading to our website or click the link provided on our social media pages. You don't have to scroll very far. We just posted about these auditions. So it's cold readings from the script. It's not super stressful. Come and play with us. If you've never auditioned for a show at ALT, come hang out, come play with us. We want to get you on stage. It's the greatest group of people ever. You will not regret auditioning for a show at ALT, and you fall in love pretty quickly. And once you're in, we've got you and you're in, and you will hopefully never leave. We're not totally a cult, but it's not unlike in the best possible way. Okay, please join the producer circle. If you don't know what the producer circle is, the ALT producer circle is comprised of people who commit $500 a year for 3 years to ALT. This is not something that you have to, I'll put that graphic back up in a second, but this is not something that you have to pay the $500 like as soon as you sign up. You can draft it monthly. But it's such a great, not program, but it's a great group to be a part of because it really, really helps ALT. And let's talk about the fact that you can pre-order your concession items, which specifically for Waitress, you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to do that because Deanna Hurt and the Ruffled Cup are making pies for this show. They're making pies for this show, and there will not be enough for every single audience member to get a pie. And we get to eat these pies, versions of these pies on stage. And I'm telling you, y'all, you want to be a producer circle member so that you can pre-order because they're going to sell out and you don't want to be missing out on that. And if you're a producer circle member, you can pre-order those. And then too bad for everybody else because yours is going to be sitting there waiting for you at intermission. Do you have to wait in line? No, you can soak in your entire 20-minute intermission while you eat your pie and everybody else stands in line like a bunch of suckers. And you get to have yours right at the beginning of intermission. How fantastic is that? So that's just one of the perks. The other perk, and there's many perks, but I'm just going to name these because they're very special. The other perk that we just announced that is very exciting, especially for people who know ALT, you can reserve your seats in advance for Adventure Space shows, and not just the adult Adventure Space shows, Academy Adventure Space shows. So for those of you who saw The Lightning Thief this summer and you saw people, we don't open the house until 30 minutes before the show starts, but people start lining up way earlier because they want to get great seats. Well, it was like 105 degrees outside, and our wonderful dedicated Academy parents are out there like with the line wrapped around the building because they want to get great seats. And if you're a producer circle member, you don't have to do that. You don't have to wait in the cold. You don't have to wait in the heat. You don't have to wait at all. Your seats will be reserved with your little name on it, wherever you want to sit. That is worth the entire 500 for me. That is totally worth it. And that money goes to help ALT. We're very, very grateful for our producer circle members. So if you're considering joining, if I haven't convinced you, then I probably would never convince you because I think those are really great perks. And Charlotte's Web is our next show, our next Academy show at the Adventure Space. And if your kid happens to be cast in that, you're not going to have to wait in line. You can just walk to your seat and enjoy. So just think about it. Think about it. I think it's a really great thing to do, and it really helps the theater. Okay, let's move on to the West Texas Waitress Pie Baking Contest that is happening with our partnership with Brick and Elm. We have extended the deadline to enter this contest. It was September 1st. Now it's this coming Monday, September 9th. ALT is partnering with Brick and Elm to bring you the West Texas Waitress Pie Baking Contest during ALT's run of Waitress the Musical, performing, as I said, at the Allen Shankles main stage, September 5th through the 22nd. You can scan the QR code that you see on your screen right here. If you want to just take a little picky pick of that and go to the website that it leads you to, fill out the form that it takes you to a Google form entry thing that will come directly to me. You just fill out that form to enter your prize winning pie recipe, and we will see you on Saturday, September 14th between noon and 1 for the official contest and judging. Winners will receive a plethora of rewards, including tickets to see Waitress that night, Saturday, September 14th, and your pie recipe featured in Brick and Elm's November-December 2024 issue, just in time for the holidays. The deadline to register your pie, like I said, we extended it to Monday, September 9th. So you only have a few more days to enter our West Texas Waitress Pie Baking Contest. Please do that. We've gotten some fabulous entries so far, and the prizes are pretty great too. So please consider doing that. Name it a really cool name. The more creative, the better. I am loving reading these recipes. I'm having such a great time, and y'all are incredibly creative. I am very impressed. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our volunteer of the week. Okay, our volunteer of the week, congratulations, Zoe Parrish. Zoe has helped every single day during the day on the Waitress set. She has done some tremendous work up there and has also been here in the evenings helping with Waitress. It has been the summer of Zoe because she also assisted with The Lightning Thief and was in The Drowning Girls and did an absolutely brilliant job. We are so lucky to have had her while she's been home to help with so many things at ALT. She also just happens to be a pretty terrific person. So congrats, Zoe. We love you so much. So grateful for all you do for ALT. Okay, this is really exciting, and I haven't talked about this on Thursdays at 3 in a while. Save the date for New Year's Eve. ALT is now claiming New Year's Eve for its annual New Year's Eve party and fundraiser, and it's going to be a totally glamorous and epic affair that you will not want to miss. And that is all the info that I can give you right now. But save the date for New Year's Eve because it is going to be epic. Okay? Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and move on to some breaking Broadway news. Okay, I only have one thing for breaking Broadway news today because the Wicked movie just dropped a brand new trailer that features way more of Cynthia Erivo singing Defying Gravity. And that's really the only Broadway news that matters to me right now. So that's what we're going to show. I'm just going to show a video of her singing that. So give me just a second because I have to do it a little bit of a different way. But here is Cynthia Erivo in the new Wicked trailer.
Wicked Witch of the West is dead.
Don't let her get away!
Let me tell you the whole story. Our paths did cross. At school.
Unlimited.
Oh, you're green.
I am.
Together we're unlimited.
She had her secrets.
Absolutely remarkable.
There's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I, defying gravity.
Why is it you're always causing some sort of commotion?
I don't cause commotions, I am one. Some of us are just different.
Listen to me. You can do anything.
Kiss me goodnight, I'm defying gravity, and you can pull me down.
I know.
All aboard the Emerald City!
Just follow the road. It's gonna lead you right to me.
So if you care to find me into the western sky,
The best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
This wicked witch.
Don't be afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
no wizard that there is or was is ever gonna bring me
Okay. What do you say after that? I'm so excited to see this movie. Okay, but let's get to some comments. Zoe Parrish, our volunteer of the week, says, "Oh my gosh, I love y'all. Everyone go see Waitress. You absolutely don't want to miss it." Thank you so much, Zoe. And thank you for everything you do for ALT. It was such a no-brainer. I wish you could have been in staff meeting when I was like, do we have a volunteer of the week? It was like Zoe Parrish. There was hardly a breath in between me asking that and everybody's saying that. So thank you so much for everything that you've done for us and keep doing for us. We're very grateful for you. Willis Ray says, yay! And Willis Ray is one of our very newest board members. Congrats, Willis. We're so happy to have you. So happy to have you. Thank you for everything you do for ALT. Meredith Vasquez says, I cannot wait to see this. Talking about the Wicked movie. Yes, I know. Same. I'm so excited. Jessica Cardenas says, goosebumps. I know. It's so good. I cannot wait to see it in its entirety. I am like pumped. And Cameron Perrick says, I am personally Zoe Parrish's biggest fan. Yeah, with good reason, Cameron, with very good reason. She is absolutely a fantastic person. Okay, so before I chat with my special guests, let's check out a little highlights video that our marketing director, Raquel, put together for our production of Waitress. Enjoy. My dreams are elusive, the kind of we've gotten used to. It's nothing I can feel, nothing I can hold. Dreams come and they go, but hold them and keep them, hold them and keep them, and know that you need them, know that you need when your breaking point's all that you have. A dream is a soft place to land. And that's just a little taste of what's to come. We are very excited about the show. I'm going to show you some pictures while I chat with you a little bit about the content of this show. I am so excited for patrons to see Waitress, but there is a content warning. If you've already purchased tickets, you received an email that is very clear about the content of this show. Please read it in its entirety. You can also Google, look online about the content of the show. It is a 13 plus rating. Our rating system is live on our website. You can find that on our homepage and click on our rating system. It will explain everything about how we rate our shows. This one is a 13 plus. There is language, including a couple F-bombs, some SHITs. There is domestic abuse, trigger warning, including a violent temper and destruction of property, stylistic portrayals of sex for comedic effect. And I mean, personally, it's hilarious to me, but I know it's not the same for everybody. I just want to say really quickly, when I'm talking about these content warnings, I personally think it sounds way worse than it actually is when you see it. But everybody feels differently about different things. I completely respect that. ALT respects that. That's why we're putting out these content warnings, because we don't want people to purchase tickets to a show, come and see the show, and be utterly offended by what's in front of them. But we are doing our best. We don't produce trailers like the Wicked movie does. ALT does not have trailers that we can show you of things. And so we do our best to do content warnings. So read your emails. Check the rating, call our box office. Joe and Lissa are always more than happy to tell you all you need to know about the content of the show. We care about our patrons and what they're paying to see. But that's all we can do. Everybody is different. It's all on a spectrum. And so something that offends one person is probably not going to offend me one tiny little bit. I'm not easily offended at all. Nothing offends me really. And so when you have a big broad spectrum like that, our ratings, are going to mean different things to different people. So what I can tell you is please do your own research before you buy tickets to shows. And we're trying to make that as easy as possible on our patrons by having a rating system and by sending out content warnings. Our latest email, if you've already purchased tickets, it, like I said, is very clear about the content of this show. I do think when you're reading that in black and white, it sounds a lot worse than it actually is, seeing it in the context of a show with music and costumes and, all of the, all the grandeur that goes with a musical. When you just read domestic abuse and F-bombs and all of that, it just sounds like you're sitting here in the theater and we're just eating pies and cussing and pretending to have sex on stage. And that's just not what's happening. happening at all. So take that into account as well, because I don't want you to miss out on a phenomenal show like this, because something sounds worse reading it than it is actually seeing it. And David Hertz, Gracie's dad, says, and be sure you have gas in your car. Oh my gosh. So I just want to put that out there. Read your emails, do your research. A quick Google search will help you out a lot, but we've tried to make it even easier by telling you exactly what's in the show and what you can expect. But maybe just give it a shot and see, because it's a beautiful, beautiful show. And it's not about those things. We just want you to know those things are in there. And, don't bring your 5-year-old, probably. Don't bring your 5-year-old to see it. All that to say that will go over their heads. A lot of this stuff will go over their heads. But anyway, we're all very different. Let's just go ahead and talk about the show. Please welcome my special guests for today, Gracie Hurt and Harrison Stringer. Hi, my friends.
Hi.
How are you guys doing? Are you exhausted? Are you energized? What's happening?
I think both.
Yeah.
We're ready for an audience, but we've been working all week and then working on top of working at the theater. So, just
Totally. And this show, yes, this show needs an audience, don't you think? I feel like most shows by this point are so ready for an audience, but this show in particular, with everything that goes with it, we need those reactions really badly, especially for your two characters. You need those laughs and that energy that's bouncing off the audience and back to you. Don't you agree, Harrison?
100%.
Yeah.
It's just the show is gonna sound so different than what we've been used to for the last couple of weeks.
Totally.
And I can't wait to have that experience of the give and take of the audience and their reactions. It's so much fun.
I agree.
Yes, Meredith Vasquez says, I can't wait to see this amazing duo. Meredith, you're not ready. You're not ready. It's so fantastic. Bobby McCauley, our castmate, Bobby McCauley, he is one of the backstage vocalists for our show. He says these two are going to steal the show. 100% agree. I think every single one of our castmates would say that. It is so true. You guys have done such brilliant work in this show. I can't wait for people to see you on stage. And just the way that you both work together. Gracie, I'm convinced that Dawn is inside of you, from birth, that she's just been waiting.
1000%. I agree.
Right?
My mom said the same thing. She's like, Jason said something like, Gracie is so cute as Dawn. And my mom was like, it's because she is Dawn. That's why.
But there is also incredible acting happening too. So let's not slight you on that either. You guys are just so brilliant in this show. And it's been so much fun to be just on the stage or backstage while you're doing your work, because like I said before, it is different every single night, even if it's just little tweaks here and there. It's never the same show twice with the two of you. You're always trying new things. And the way that you two specifically work together, I'm very excited for people to see this. Gracie, can you tell us who you play and a little bit about her?
Sure. So I play Dawn. Louise Pinkett is her full name. And she is just a little quirky, kooky, nerdy girl, and she is just in her little shell, and her work besties / probably her only friends, Becky and Jenna, who are the other two waitresses, they kind of help her get out of her shell a little bit, and then she meets Ogie and they fall in love in their weird own little world way. But yeah, they are very fun. I was telling Harrison, I was like, only these characters, literally. They are just so much fun to play, and she is a hoot and a half. You never know what's going to come out of her mouth, truly. But she's been so much fun to play, and getting to share the stage with Harrison as Ogie is so much fun. And me and him bounce off of each other every night. Like you said, there's never the same show twice. And it's very hard not to break on stage, because Harrison will switch something up and make eye contact with me, and I can't look at him during certain parts. Otherwise I will just start laughing. So they're definitely they're incredible characters, and like the development of these characters that like the people that created this show like put into them is so insane, and she's just so much fun. I can't wait for everyone to see her.
Same. I am so excited. In fact, our AD and your mom, Deanna Hurt, says Gracie picked Dawn as her character dream role many years ago. So happy it's coming true for her. Oh
so
my gosh. Mom to mom, Deanna, I can't even imagine how you must be feeling. And just while we're on this subject, and we can all talk about this for a second, Deanna freaking Hurt. We could not have done this. Yes, we could not have done this show without Deanna. She is AD. She has made, y'all are not going to believe, just know when you're sitting out in the audience and you see all of these pies on stage that they were all made by Deanna. They look so gorgeous. She's put so much work into the show. We're so happy too to have her baking expertise for our actresses on stage, and just to know that that you're all doing the right things, and but I just can't believe how much we lucked out to have both of you in this cast. It's unbelievable.
It's exciting. She definitely like their house turned into like an arts and crafts corner for like a solid month doing these pies. I mean, it's been fun. And like my dad would try to help. She's like, no, get out of my way. This is mine.
But your dad did make
my character.
Your dad made this stunning pie stand for the wedding scene.
He did do that. That's his little
sprinkle. Y'all just wait for the wedding scene, because the whole family has been involved with this, and we're very lucky. And just so y'all know, I mentioned this earlier, we will be selling pies at intermission in mason jars, and our producer circle got to pick the 3 flavors that we're selling. And all I'm saying is run, do not walk at intermission, because there will not be enough for everybody to have one. And these pies are insanely delicious, insanely
yummy.
Delicious. Do not miss out. Good. Okay. We've got professional bakers handling all of this, and it is absolutely fantastic. Deanna says, "Oh, so sweet to say, happy to be a part of it all." Well, so humble, but just saying, like, we absolutely, Jason and I were talking about this at lunch today. We just could not have done it without Deanna. We're so grateful. And we'll talk a little bit about y'all's history with the show too, here in just a little bit. Harrison, can you tell us who you play and a little bit about him?
Yeah, I play, to use the full name like Gracie, I play Ogie Herbert Einkorn, short for Oklahoma, where he was born and raised. And he, he's a very eccentric kind of, but endearing man at the same time. He's a man of many passions. He likes puzzles and Pavarotti, and he's a competitive clog dancer, and he's an amateur magician, and he writes poems. He's very interesting and eclectic in his interests. But more than anything, he fell in love at first sight with Dawn, and being a very persistent man, he will not let it go. He's just certain from the moment they met that they were going to be married. And so he's almost stalkerish in that way.
Borderline.
A little bit.
Yeah. He's really walking that line.
But I think that it's all in good intentions, and which is actually different from the movie. If you've seen, he's a little bit more creepy in the movie, in my opinion. But
the Broadway version, if we're talking about stuff being tamed down a little bit, he's way tamed down in the Broadway version.
It just comes off as an enthusiasm for the woman that Dawn is versus she's gonna be mine. So
very endearing.
But he's exactly. But it's just so much fun to play. There's something, like we keep saying, there's something new that I can find every single time that I say every single one of his lines. There's just so much in there, even though it seems so simple. Every single line has just layers of who this character is and his story, and how how much he just loves his mother and like all of these things. He's an oddball, but I love this oddball a lot.
Yeah, well, we do too. And our audiences are going to be obsessed with both of you. Stephanie Kelly, who is on our crew and doing a tremendous job backstage, says, I love this show so much and love Ogie and Dawn. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for your comment. Okay, you guys were both Academy kids, and now you're all grown up and still performing on our stage. So can you talk to us a little bit about, we'll go to you first, Gracie, about why the Academy has been important to you and how it's improved your life?
Okay, yeah. So I started the Academy when I was 7.
Oh my gosh.
My mom and Jason were dance partners in a show, and Jason was like, I'm the Academy director. You should put Gracie in a summer camp. And that's how that happened.
Wow.
And then Sean Walsh is my dad's cousin. So that's also kind of, we had a little.
I don't think I knew that.
Yes. Yeah. So my dad's mom's maiden name is Walsh. So.
Okay. Yes, very cool.
Yes. But yeah, so like growing up in the Academy, you know, there was always something to do, always someone to hang out with. And like me and Harrison ran in the same crowd. But it's just, it's like a full circle moment, like we're doing this as adults. Like we've both gone off, we've both gone and gotten degrees. Like we both like, you know, he was in like Boston and New York and doing all the things. And like, I just like stayed here, went to WT, like still was involved in the theater, took a step back from theater to like focus on my job and like do all these like personal development things. And then like for us to like come back full circle. I think it kind of started when I was like, I want to be on production team for Little Mermaid. And then I got to see him like be what Jason was to us when we did Little Mermaid the first time was so crazy. So like from us being in Little Mermaid together to like us being on production team for Little Mermaid together was insane. And very full circle. And it's just like everything comes back. Like, you know, like people do the Academy, they go through life and like it's just a completely full circle moment for us to like be together back on stage again, like after all these, you know, crazy life things that have happened. And it's just, we've always worked really well together. We did senior company together. Like we've worked together since we were, 8 or 9, like an insane amount of times. And then just to be able to like fully come back and like immerse ourselves back at ALT, like this is always somewhere where you can come back to and always just like keep roots in. Harrison can attest to that more than I can, I feel like, because I never really left. But it's such a crazy moment. I'm so thankful for the Academy and like the way that it shaped like me and my siblings and like even my parents. Like, you know, it truly like gave us a direction of like where we can always come back to and what we can always count on and like just form us as people, not only as like actors. So
yeah. And you know, I'm sure that with these two roles in particular, you guys having that history together and being already so comfortable with each other has to help with your chemistry on stage, aside from the fact that you're both brilliant actors. But I just think it's so cool that you guys grew up in the Academy and then here you are. It's such a testament for what ALT is to people and how it really is like a lighthouse, like a beacon that we're always here and you can grow up here and then go off and spread your wings and do your thing. And we're always going to be here when you come back. What do you think, Harrison? Talk to me a little bit about all of that for you.
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't say it any better than Gracie did, but it just the relationships that you form here are just, they're lifelong. And this is just one of those perfect examples of that. It's more than anything, that's my hope now leading the Academy is that kids come out of here with these connections and these relationships with each other that can get them through any phase of life. And like you said, that they can always come back home. It's really, really special. The cherry on top is that we get to perform and do these things that we love. But I think the heart of it is these relationships that we build that last a lifetime. It's crazy. Gracie and I have known each other since birth, basically.
Yeah,
not really,
pretty much.
Yeah, Gracie's dad says went to church together. It's like watching an 8 and 10-year-old all over again.
Yeah.
Except for some scenes, but
Right. Well, but
not every scene is like that, David.
I don't think my dad has seen that scene yet, but like he knows that scene's in there, so I'm a little scared. But
yeah.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so great.
But it helps that we are so comfortable with each other that we can do this like ridiculous scene. And it's just, that's just
it's funny to us. Like it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. I mean,
it just adds a layer of richness to it,
It does.
That's a layer of authenticity, that you really can't teach.
Right.
Yeah. Gracie, I know this show is extra special for you and your family. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my mom and my dad actually went to New York. They like to go on trips without us. They went to New York and Waitress was in previews. And my mom we had no idea what this show was. And my parents just on a whim went and saw this show. And my mom was like, oh, Sarah Bareilles wrote it. Like, that has to be good. Had no idea what was going on. And went and saw this show and was like, oh my God, like that is the best show I've ever freaking seen. Like, I've got to go rave about it. And so like, it just became like a soundtrack in our house. And like, this was when I was in high school.
Okay.
And so it was just like over and over and over, played over and over. And like, us, like our family owning the Ruffled Cup, like, baking is a huge part of who we are as people.
Yeah.
And so like, just all of the things, like, it became like a bonding moment for like me and my mom, pretty much like bonding over like the characters and like us singing together, like because it's me, Becky, and Jenna during this thing. But like before we got the rights to the show, like me and my mom would sing these songs, which is really cool. And then she has seen it 6 times on Broadway. If that's a testament of how much she loves the show. And then I've seen it 3 times. All trips that I've gone on with her, of course. She's like, I don't know what we're doing tonight. Y'all want to go see Waitress? Like, okay, sure.
I love that.
But yes, it's just been super special to share this with her and kind of like get to be immersed in the show that we've come to know so well throughout the years. And it's just been super, super special to share that with her. So.
Well, and we're so grateful to have you guys as part of the show, and Gracie with your talent and Deanna with your talent off stage. And Gracie and Deanna, I'm not going to give anything away, but Gracie and Deanna have a little duet that they do right at the beginning. And we'll just leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful way to start the show. So Lissa Guerin says, we saw the final show on Broadway. I didn't know
We did. We all, the ALT, so it was like us, like Criselda was there, like everyone. And then Sarah Bareilles came out on stage. And I was like, my jaw dropped.
Wow.
It was insane. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Deanna says, the musical you will never get tired of watching. People should see it more than once. The story is special because we can all relate to one theme or another. That is so true, Deanna. And, I feel like, we talk about the content and all that because we need to let people know kind of what's in there and give a little bit of a trigger warning with certain pieces of sensitive material. But to me, this show is a lot about female relationships and female bonds, whether that's old friends, young friends, daughters and mothers. It's just all about the richness of female relationships at its core. And I really hope that people aren't deterred by some of the content and can see the show for what it really is, because obviously the music is written by Grammy Award winner Sarah Bareilles. The music is absolutely unbelievable. And this cast is one of the most talented vocal ensembles I've ever been a part of. It's such a beautiful, rich sound. The harmonies are so glorious. And of course, we have our backstage singers, Bobby McCauley, Kiara Tennille, Sarah Dunn, and Jonathan Mobley backstage, just killing it, actually in the pit, killing it. The band is absolutely wonderful. So there are so many aspects of this show that you really won't want to miss, that I'm very, very excited for people to see. Harrison, you are so busy with being Academy director. Can you talk to us about why you wanted to audition for this show on top of everything else you have going on?
I'm crazy. No,
That's what it boils down to.
I mean, we knew
No,
that already, but
I've also just always loved this show. I saw it twice on Broadway and fell in love with it, and specifically fell in love with the character Ogie. Like, it's been a dream role of mine too. It just, the show has so much heart. It's so well written, and was cursed to be on Broadway, open on Broadway the same season as Hamilton.
Yeah.
And it just, I think in any other season could have easily swept all of the Tony Awards.
Oh,
Like,
agreed.
there are so many layers to Sarah's writing and the script as well. It just, it takes you inside this one woman, Jenna's experience, and just unfolds all of these layers of her life in the span of 9 months. And it's, well, really a couple years by the end of it, but it just, it's so beautifully told. And like you said, the relationships and the themes of motherhood and all of these things, like, even as somebody who won't have the experience of motherhood, or being a daughter of a mother, it just, there's something so universal about these themes of love, and especially at the end, community, these people rallying around Jenna and raising a child and all of the things. It's so touching and also hilarious at the same time. Just so many laugh out loud moments, and the music's fantastic. I love this show so much, and I can't believe that we get to do it right now here in Amarillo, and do it as well as we're doing it too. Like,
yes,
so
it's such a well cast, well produced, well executed show, and that's coming from 3 cast members. But just trust us, okay? Like, we're biased, but still,
we're trustworthy people.
I mean, you can trust us, okay? Like, we're not going to steer you wrong. I also want to let people know that there is depictions of domestic abuse in the show. Again, I don't want to like tone something down too much, because like I said, everybody's different, but because that subject matter is involved in the show, we are partnering with Family Support Services locally. They're going to have a table set up in the lobby. Their CEO, Kirk Daniels, is going to be doing the pre-show speech with Jason every single night to let people know about what they do in our area and how important they are for our area, because our area is very high risk for domestic violence. And so we want to get the word out about that, and just kind of let people know that there are resources here in town for them to use if need be. So I want to definitely get that out there, but I also want to go to comments, because we've got a ton of comments, and I don't want to keep you guys too much longer on preview night. I know you've got a lot to do. David Hurt says, this was the one show I told Alan I would audition for. I know he watched from above and was yelling, "About time."
He did. I remember that conversation.
Oh my gosh, that is so great. Aaron Wyrick says, can't wait. Ellison and I will be there tomorrow night. It is one of our favorites, and can't wait to see you all bring it to Amarillo. Thank you so much, Aaron. We're so excited for you guys to see it. And thank you so much for helping us out with Family Support Services with that idea. That is we're so grateful for that. We always want to have community partners when we have the appropriate subject matters to do those partnerships for shows. So very grateful to you, Aaron, for that. Zoe Parrish says, Gracie and Harrison are just brilliant in this show. I am so excited for Amarillo to see them shine. Agreed. 100% agree. Zoe, our volunteer of the week. I'm just going to, Zoe, volunteer of the week. That's your new name for the next week. Gracie, how would you describe this show to someone who's never heard of it before?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's kind of a tough question.
That is,
sorry.
No, it's fine. I would probably say, like, it kind of bouncing off what Harrison said, like, it's just a very heartfelt thing. There's something in it for everyone. Like, there's, if you're a diehard patriotic, like, go USA, like, there's stuff in it for you. Like, there's something in it for everyone. Like, you know, if you have, like, if you've ever worked in the service industry, the restaurant industry specifically, like, this whole thing pretty much takes place in a diner. And like, we have like a real looking kitchen. Like, it's like, if you've ever been a line cook, if you've ever been a waitress, like, I feel like we've all done that at one point or another. And so it's just kind of like, there's heartbreak, there's heartwarming, there's the music is insane. If you've ever listened to anything Sarah Bareilles, which I feel like everyone at some point in their life has,
whether they know it or not.
Yes, whether you know it or not, she is brilliant in so many different ways. And this show has comedy. It has like, it pulls your heartstrings, but then the next scene is like completely so funny that you want to like pee yourself in your seat. Like there is something in this show for everyone. And like, I can't say enough good things, that it's so many different paths are going on at the same time. They all just make like this beautiful tree of, or I guess a beautiful pie, I guess I should say, like just weaved perfectly together to make this gorgeous story that like I literally don't know what else they could do to the show to make it better. We've performed it so many times. I've watched it. Like, it's so insane how in sync everything is and how beautiful this story is in so many different ways. Like, it's just insane. And I think that everyone's going to enjoy it. I think it's just going to be so good.
Oh, I agree with you, Gracie. Harrison, do you have anything to add to that?
I would just say, if you've ever felt like you've been stuck or wanted to try something new or chase a dream later in life, that this is a perfect example of a show encouraging you to do that, and showing a community of people rallying around you to follow those dreams. I think everyone can find a little bit of something in themselves and Jenna, and but everything else Gracie said on top of it too. It's just it's a perfect slice of life.
Yeah, it is. And what a great segue, because I honestly feel like if you are wanting to try something new, like, I don't know, audition for a show at ALT, there is a community of people here who will rally around you, whether you want to be on crew or you want to be on stage or you want to help in any capacity with a work call or whatever. There is a group of people here for you. We want as many people as possible to know that we exist. Like I said, it's hard for us as ALT people to think that people in Amarillo do not know that we're here, but they do not know that we're here. A lot of people do not know that we exist, and we're trying to get the word out as much as possible. So when you see our Facebook posts, events that we're doing, please share them. Let's get the word out about things that we're doing, partnerships that we're having, tickets that we're selling, events that are happening, because we want everyone to get to experience the beautiful gifts that we've all experienced from ALT, whether that's for our kids, whether that's for ourselves, taking a class, auditioning for a show. You see two Academy kids right here. I don't know which side of the screen, but you can see two Academy kids who started in elementary school who are still here performing. If this place weren't a total gift, that would not be happening. They wouldn't be coming back in adulthood wanting to still be a part of it. So it's a very special place. If you've ever thought about it or wanted to, but are too scared, just jump in. Just jump in. We're all here for you. And we want as many people to audition at ALT or just be a part of ALT as possible. Vanessa Hill says, definitely audition. It will change your life. Agreed. Okay. So get your tickets for Waitress. Like I said earlier, buy one, get one tickets tonight. And students are always buy one, get one. So no excuse to not see it tonight. If you can, be spontaneous, come on out to the theater. We want to get the word out. Once you've seen the show, post on social media about it. Tell your friends about it. We want tickets to be sold to this show. We want people to see this show. A lot of work has gone into it, and it's a really beautiful, stunning show. I want to thank you guys, Harrison and Gracie, for visiting with me today. I want to let you go so that you can get ready for preview night. You've got a lot on your plate today, but thank you so much for chatting with me. It is an honor to do this show with you. I'm so excited to be on stage and backstage with you. And I just want to wish you guys the biggest break a leg, and I will see you in just a couple hours.
Yay!
So exciting.
So
love
exciting.
You, Annika.
We love you.
Love you so much. Get your tickets for Waitress. Call our box office at 806-355-9991 or head over to our website 24 hours a day to get your tickets. Join the producer circle. Come be a part of ALT. You're going to love it. Break a leg, you guys. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Break a leg.
Bye.